Alright, wonderful cunts. Welcome back to what the fuck am I doing? Practicing portraits. Happy New Year! Happy 2026. Right? Now shut up and get back to work, as they say. But yeah, I mean I didn't draw for basically the last week of 2025, alright? Just kinda chilled, relaxed. Felt like forever. It literally felt like fucking forever. We all know that I've completely lost every single bit of skill that I've gained in the last 3 years. Because that's how it works. Or that's how it feels, to be honest. But I'm extremely excited to continue onwards, really grind my brain, really work hard, put in a lot of effort. Right, my voice is so fucking monotonous. I'm putting myself to sleep. Jesus Christ! Draw along. You know the fucking drill. Draw along. Get your pen. Get your paper. Get your pencil. Whatever the fuck out. Draw along. Right there you go. That's my call to action. These call to actions are fucking pathetic. They get worse and worse, and they have less energy, less will, right? Less any sort of inclination to actually give a shit. But anyways, what am I doing? Artwod portrait roadmap, right? We're gonna look at our reference face. We're gonna turn it into a sphere. Well, we're gonna put it into a box, and then put that box, put a sphere inside that box, and then put a center line, horizontal and vertical, inside that sphere, inside that box. We're gonna try to hold that visualization, and then try to transfer it and maintain it while I draw it, based on the reference that I see. Then we're gonna turn it into a helmet, right? Helmet design, arbitrary, right? Like just trying to figure out what makes quote unquote aesthetic hard surface shape design. But yeah, it's extremely fucking difficult, which is why it's worth doing. So don't mind me while I probably should have done this beforehand, but let me just look at a fucking face that... Okay, well, clearly the ones that are tilted up are extremely difficult for me to understand. I'm still having a lot of trouble figuring out the orientation of these faces. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, here's one. This piece of shit's looking up. Bro, today was such a painful day. I was like, yeah, new year, new me. January fucking, what is it, 6th? January 5th. So I'm like, wonderful. The Monday, I'll start my schedule again, because I just took a break from all the hard work I've been doing, right? Toot my own fucking horn, but all the hard work I've been doing. So wonderful, you know, day started off, I'm like, I'm gonna do my coding. And by the way, while I'm talking, what am I doing? I'm trying to visualize the box, the sphere inside the box, and the center lines horizontal and vertical inside the sphere inside the box. I just want to be very transparent and make everybody aware that I'm still thinking consistently, and I'm doing this while I'm looking at the portrait reference, and also trying to apply it, maintain the accuracy of whatever I've visualized towards that portrait reference, and then translating it over to the page, right? So lots of work, lots of very difficult cognitive work. But this used to be a lot more difficult, and now it's just very difficult. It used to be incredibly difficult, and now it's just, oh, like, this is pretty fucking hard, right? Progress. But anyways, TLDR, we had like our water heater, and I live in the basement, and the furnace room is, lo and behold, right next to me, right? It's like let's say this is the exit door. This is like, okay, let's say this is a top-down view, right? This is my bed, whatever. You exit, this is the door. This door right here, like, this is the exit door. This door right here is a furnace room. And this is where I am right now, the drawing table. But anyways, I noticed a leak in the water heater, and obviously I let my dad know. We called our city, and lo and behold, they said, we'll reach between 1 to 5. Already fucked my entire schedule up, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna study coding at the library, right? And then I'm gonna go gym, because I can't do it where it's just supposed to be coding, and then draw for 2 hours, and then piano, and then eat, and then gym. I don't know why I'm telling you guys my entire schedule, but I guess context is relevant. This is how I am. I give a lot of unnecessary context. I think people are used to this by now, right? Draw along, please, for the love of fucking God, draw along. This is not entertainment. This is fucking... This is the ramblings of a madman. Until he's good. Then it's, wow, he was so quirky and unique. How did he do it? What was his mind like? Right? But anyways, as you can see, I'm just ghosting. But it's time to draw the spheres. It's time to stop dilly-dallying. Right? But, and obviously, like, I literally, like, these lines are actually kind of scary, because I don't even know if I'm retained the skill of drawing. Right, like, I literally don't know. So, and obviously, like, you can see it's very unconfident, because I'm taking all these pauses, right? Not really a perfect sphere either way, but either way, what a sentence. Not either way, but, oh yeah, what am I seeing? I'm seeing the box, right? Again, I'm seeing the box. I'm trying to see the center line. I'm pretty sure, like, the fucking eye line is very obvious, because it's like this, right? This guy's head is like, this is his eyes, so obviously we're looking underneath. So it's something like that. That's the box, right? But again, I'm trying to expand it outward. Like, I'm literally trying to expand it outward as much as possible. But voice crack. But yeah, the TLDR, they first said we'll be here. Well, the guy said we'll be here 1 to 5, and then he updated saying, oh, 6 to 7, and then he pulled up at 8:30, and they just left, and it's fucking 10:30 right now. So I'm livid. I was actually very annoyed. I was like, this fucks up every god. Like, you know, like you have a schedule and you always stick to it and you do the things. And especially when it's like, okay, the new year starting again. Like I took a little break, which was really just 10 to 12 days, and now I'm back. Right, nice little break. I'm excited to work again, and fucking lo and behold, they'll just dick me. They'll just dick me till I can't be dicked anymore. Right, so that's always fun. But yeah, it's just like I was antsy, you know. I was like, I just want to fucking do my goddamn drawing, bro. I haven't drawn in so long, or it feels like I haven't drawn in so. Oh, that's incorrect, right? Okay, see, so this is obviously a mistake. And again, like you can see I'm very unconfident. You can see like I'm genuinely very unconfident, right? And I need to figure out what type of ellipse this is. Because don't forget, these are all ellipses that we're seeing halfway. It's curving way too much here. That I'm well aware of. Right? So this is pretty mediocre by all accounts. Not gonna deny that, right? But hey, for not having done this in like a week, I think it's relatively decent. Right, obviously I'm just drawing these features to understand where, proportionally, like where I've drawn this. I do believe I should probably start off with the nose at all times. That's probably more helpful, right? In order to understand the center line. Because again, that's where the nose is, and then it's something like that, right? And again, I'm trying to like follow the curve, the contour. What the fuck is everybody in my family yelling for, bro? Not right now. People cannot know we'll yell at each other. We're a fucking, what is it? We're a non-loud family. I think you can't tell, bro. If you come from a South Asian family, I don't know if anybody can relate with this, right? I don't know how much ethnicity plays into this or culture, but goddamn, every time they speak, it's like, are they yelling at each other? Are they having a normal conversation? Is it just simply moments of elevated, what's it called, like audio levels, right? It's hard to tell, especially because I don't really yell. At least I don't believe I yell. Okay, I guess that's the. Yeah, this is definitely like I'm glad. Like this obviously puts into perspective for me just how much work I need to do, right? Because it's pretty fucking mediocre. I don't know if I see like they're yelling. Maybe I should stop outing that my family's always yelling. I don't know. Right? People need to be part of the hashtag Viggy fucking parasocial fam, right? So maybe me doing this is actually a good thing. Just like, oh, I remember that episode where I felt closer to him because he opened up about his family, and I was like, damn, for real, he really is just like me. He has family members who speak as well. It's incredible. Anyways, this was really fucking hard. This was really hard. So I'm gonna rest my brain. I'm obviously gonna do the helmet, right? Again, like we're just getting back into it, so maybe for those of you watching or listening or whatever the fuck, anybody who sees this down the line is like, oh, everything looks fine. It looks like the same gay shit that he's always doing, but let it be known, right? This is lacking quite a bit of homoeroticism. Homoeroticism? Is that a word? Homoeroticness? Homoerotic. I don't know. What's the word? Bird. Anyways, what the fuck was I saying? My day just got derailed. That's it. That's what I was trying to say. But this is obviously, I think this is okay, but it needs to be more subtle. I do feel as if there's a little bit more subtlety here. And this, I feel as if it's off center. This one should be more like this, right? Something like that. I don't think I saw this right. That might be incorrect too. Let's not forget, like this, even my assumptions, like what I did right here, like, oh, I think it's this, that could be incorrect. But let me rest my brain, and then I'm gonna keep trying. I mean, I'm gonna, like, I just need to get back to fucking really working my brain, right? Like, this is just a skill. So it's been 10 days, right? Roughly, like 6 to 10 days. So I don't know anymore. It feels like forever. But BRB, and then we'll draw the helmet. Oh, and if you hear like a little ruffling or whatever, we had the winter tires in the furnace room. We had to move them out, and you know they're covered with plastic sheets, right? Or like a plastic bag, like a giant plastic bag, essentially. So that plastic bag's just ruffling because my fan's on and it's hitting it. All the context for zero shits, because none of you fucking give a shit, obviously. Okay, so now this is the hard part, right? Like, this was already hard as fuck. But now this is the really hard part where I'm gonna have to keep the box in mind, and then the sphere inside of that, and then the center line of that sphere, horizontal and vertical. So I think I had the right idea, but I had the... So I just need to think about... Let's see, like, I've already committed, right? Look at this, we've already fucking committed. We can't uncommit. Now I really just need to make sure that whatever I draw follows these contours as they should. And again, like, clearly we need a little bit more subtlety. So, right, if that... Because again, like, I'm trying to think about, there's so much to think about. The box, the sphere inside the box, and the center lines, horizontal and vertical. And obviously now I'm like adding shapes on top of that, right? Now this is where I want to be. I'm in extreme discomfort right now. This is where I want to be. This is like where you're probably wondering what the fuck he's just staring and like wiggling his little pen around, right? I do more than wiggle. I also jiggle, let it be known, but like, if you're wondering what the fuck is he doing, this is what I mean when I say drawing is thinking, because I'm literally thinking so fucking hard right now as to what can be done, like, genuinely, in terms of like just interesting contour manipulations and shapes. And right now I can't think of anything apart from this, right? And that's okay. Like, that doesn't mean that I can't think at all. I mean, hopefully it doesn't mean that I can't think at all. Right, a cheeky little heh on my end. But yeah, like, this is actually more accurate in terms of the box. Like, you see this, right? This little ellipse that we have, right? Like, this is what it was supposed to be like, if you think about it. At least like over here, you know, so this is way too much, and you can see again, like, the subtlety is lost. And this is the important part about being aware of that. Like, we have to acknowledge like what is working and what isn't, right? So this is why I advocate taking your time, because otherwise it's just gonna end up in a spot where you won't really know what you're doing, and you won't really be able to explain why you're doing it like that. And already I might have actually made a huge mistake, but I'm just gonna have to deal with it now because I've committed. So yeah, like, I shouldn't have done that. I was just thinking, oh, maybe I'll have something cylindrical jutting out of this. But was I really thinking? No, I wasn't. I lost the perspective. I lost the center line, horizontal and vertical, right? And this is where I need to take a step back. And think, right? I mean, I'll always say, like, drawing is thinking. Like, it's not, I don't believe I'm saying anything controversial, but I will always say it as much as I can, because drawing truly is just extraneous. I don't even know if I'm using the word extraneous in the right context. Excess, extraneous, and exertive. Exertive is not a word, is it? Exerting is a word. Exertive, possibly not a word, right? I did carry a dictionary around as a child, but clearly it didn't amount to anything. Right? But let's see. Because again, like, my mind really wants to make this like a top-down angle. My mind really wants things to look as if I'm looking at it straight on. But no, we're looking at it from the bottom. Right? We're looking at it from the bottom. The bottom. Fucking voice crack. We're looking at it from the bottom, so it must make sense. In that context, right? Now again, like, is this correct? I do not know. I will just have to assume at the very least that attempts are being made to correct, while thinking about, hopefully, the things that matter the most, right? So it's all a bunch of like, what ifs. Is this working? Is this not working? Blah 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 bullshit, right? Like, at least that's the way it is for me, you know. And it's very difficult. I always want to state that, like, it's never easy. Genuinely, it's never easy. Like, I am bottom of the barrel. Barrel? I can't speak either. But I am bottom. Like, I just made my own fucking point. I tried enunciating, correcting myself, and then I fucked up again. I am bottom of the barrel, and the barrel is full of jizz, and I am the jizz inside the barrel, who is also a bottom. Right? I'm not a switch. That's my friend, who is also gay, but apparently straight. Confuses me. Then again, I can never understand what he's saying through all the glucking, so it's difficult times. Anyways, now that I've completely lost the perspective through my own bullshit, right? This perspective is also pretty off, but hold up, maybe we can fix it. There you go. Something like this, right? Because it's... Okay, see, like, I lost the perspective again. Anyways, you guys should watch and girls, haha. But yeah, you people, I guess. Maybe that's less discriminatory or more. Depends on how I'm feeling, I guess. Let's just say it's less discriminatory because I'm feeling nice. But you people should watch what's it called? Tsukimichi, a moonlit fantasy. I recently watched it a couple months ago. I went on like this. I'm on like not even went. I'm on a fucking huge isekai trash phase right now, right? Courtesy of my girlfriend, but it's fucking good, bro. These isekai trash makes me feel good. What can I say? I never thought I'd give in, but here I am. Not only have I given in, I've fucking given my goddamn soul to this shit. Let's see, and then maybe we can make it curve around. I'm just trying to figure this shit out. That work? maybe, and I don't know. What's like an interesting manipulation we can do with the eyes? Well, maybe we'll leave it for now, or maybe I won't, right? Lots of fucking maybes, which I never answer until I just randomly decide to add some bullshit like this. Then I'm like, wow, I didn't know what I was doing the entire time. Wait, Inuyashiki, I like, not Inuyashiki, what the fuck am I saying? Inuyashiki is also a really good show. Watch that with my friends. See, that was a fuck up. Amazing mistake right there. Right? But let's see. And then maybe something like... And again, like these lines are also... They have to make sense, right? They have to have some sort of connection that makes sense. Oh, like you can see the perspective is so off. Like look at this, and it's the side of his face versus how much more of his face or her face, whatever the fuck, the helmet's face that we're seeing, right? So, insane mistakes. The top, like what the fuck am I saying? The bottom perspectives are the most difficult. By far, right? And let's see, what else can I do? Okay, well, I already fucked up the perspective because the center lines changed. That's the thing. The vertical center lines changed quite a bit. Changed quite a bit. I have a nasally voice. Right, so... I'm just trying to think of... Because... Clearly, yeah, there you go. See, like, I completely lost the perspective multiple times. But there you go. Now we're looking at the bottom again. And yes, my lines are very subpar. Don't talk about my lines that way, goddammit, it has feelings too. But yeah, I'm like in extreme isekai trash mode right now. The thing is, a lot of them are trash, a lot of them are pretty decent, but a lot of them are pretty fucking shit, let's be real. Like, I watched Instant Death Isekai, I watched Failure Frame, I watched, like, I've been watching so fucking many. What was the other one that was pretty ass, but I actually just went through, right? Am I actually the strongest? Jutsu wa Saikyo ni Boogity Boogity, right? That shit? Some good shit. Let's see. Okay, again, trying to fucking... This does not look like the bottom, bro. What'd I fuck up? Just like this? Will this make it look like I know what I'm doing? right? Okay, well, let's see. Maybe I can salvage this. Dude, like, I'm pretty sure I've completely lost the perspective, but that's the beauty of it all, right? Yeah, see, like, this is not in perspective at all. These aren't in perspective either. I've completely lost the perspective. Holy shit, this happens a lot as I continue to go through it. As you can see, this happens quite a bit. Drawing hard surface, like thinking about a box, a sphere inside a box, the center lines, vertical and horizontal inside the box, and then trying to fucking create something that even makes some sort of sense is incredibly difficult. So what did I mess up here? Because obviously, like, there's no point of doing something if I don't understand why, right? Which is why, hey, no pun intended, I'm okay with taking my time. It's been 20 minutes. Have I really accomplished much to the onlooker? No, but to me, I'm accomplishing a lot, which is all that matters, right? There you go, okay. Like, this is my, like, basically what my horizontal little contour is supposed to be, right? And this is what I basically end up making my vertical contour. Right, so it is like this, like that. Okay, so that does make sense to me. Now it's just what part of this doesn't make sense. Is it this? It might be this. My perspective for this thing in the bottom is pretty off. And yeah, like here's the thing, right? The diagonal, like these diagonals that you see were done purely through intuition. So now we know what happens when I do things through intuition. Is that because they're intuitive, they fail. Right? I mean, I'm just not one for intuition. Like, I don't like it at all. Not because it's not useful, but it's just, in my current phase of learning, it's just a detriment, if that makes sense. Like, it just gets in the way of me actually understanding things, you know? And obviously, understanding is literally all we have when it comes to art, especially. Like, that's what I believe, right? Understanding is the main, is really all we have. Like, without an understanding of what we're doing, then we're kind of just guessworking, which is, as you can see, clearly what I've been doing here, whether intentionally or unintentionally. I mean, right now it's really difficult to see all the different perspectives I mentioned, right? Which is like the bottom, the box, the sphere inside the box, right? Really, really difficult. And I guess we'll just close the sphere for the time being. It's not really perfect. It's not perfect at all. It's not even good. But yeah, that was really good. That was really difficult, which is good because, you know, that just means that I'm learning, right? And again, like, I need to slow down and not make random fucking choices like I did here, right? So, I mean, good shit all around. Good shit all around. This is it's a success. It's a successful failure, which is all that matters. A failure, a successful failure is something that we can look at and be like, wow, I feel great because I feel like I learned a lot, or I definitely made a genuine effort. But because this is a successful failure, there you go, beautiful, and yeah, it smells like chicken. Specifically the marinade that I used about 45 minutes ago. Right, I'm gonna rest my brain again. I encourage you to do so as well because resting your brain is important for growth, and neuroplasticity and all that. Good shit. And then we're gonna do the exact same angle again. Obviously, I'm gonna look at the reference again, trying to see if I can get a bit more accurately. Right, clearly the bottom angles are the most difficult, so they're the ones I need to focus on the most. Right, and then obviously try to make a helmet, whatever type design shape, based off of that. It's like it's always one step forward, fucking 10 steps back for me, I guess. But I think that's just a plight of the below average, right? Where you just don't understand things. So I just got to do my best to try to make sure that to some degree things make sense to me, right? But none of this, no, it's whatever. Right, I'm trying to think, like, could I have added maybe some contours like that? Right, like, would that have really made a difference? Right, not really. That feels as if that just muddies it. Because it's really difficult too, because I have to think about logic, right? And logic isn't something that you can just, you know, pull out of your fucking asshole. At least I can't do it. I don't have that skill just yet. And oh, look, again, like, this needs to be lower, or this needs to be much higher to match that, because if we're well, I didn't do that accurately either, but like, yeah, if this is the ellipse, that needs to be much higher. So yeah, there's a lot of perspective issues which I'm seeing now, which is great. Like, I'm really happy I'm seeing these, and again, it's just about the constant effort to try to mitigate them slowly but surely. But this is good. Again, for the first day back, that's not that bad. All right, I'm gonna rest my brains. BRB. Wonderful. That was exciting. The silence, the lack of any sort of noise to stimulate me, because we all need stimulation, right? If we're not stimulating, are we really alive? But anyways, back to the fucking portrait. I mean, just looking at the reference again, right? By the way, when I say draw along, I'm fucking half an hour into the video. Nobody really gives a shit or is listening. But when I say draw along, I don't mean dick around. Like, I mean my videos are a draw along call to action for actually like serious or to the best of our ability practice, right? Regarding fundamentals, you know, when I say draw along, I don't mean take out a fucking pencil and just doodle some bullshit, right? My channel is not a doodle along channel. If it was, I'd say doodle along with me. Don't put any effort. Don't think about anything. Literally, don't do any sort of work that actually improves yourself. Do I say that? No, I don't. God damn it, I say the complete opposite. So yeah, let's hashtag ViggyFam, which just means to put your best foot forward. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have this perspective down. Like, I do believe I understand it relatively well. I just need to think about, yeah, that's center line as I look. Okay, and then, sorry, the vertical center line. I need to clarify, because I just say center line assuming people know what I mean. But I think that's just the plight of anybody who gets more skilled. That's just how it is, right? Like, when I'm not saying I'm a bastion of skill, no, nowhere near, and when I die I won't be either, right? But I've noticed, like, now that I have some skill that I guess obviously people who are not as skilled as me find to be relatively impressive, right? I should be more, because again, like, I care a lot about language, and I think language is extremely powerful, right? And I care a lot, and I mean I care a lot about fucking kind of a pudgy ellipse, or a perfect, supposedly perfect sphere, but it's what it is. And I genuinely give a shit a lot about like trying to make things as thorough and as clear as possible, because let's not forget that I'm not just trying to explain things to others, I'm trying to explain them to myself as I do it, right? So it's like a fucking 2-for-1, you know, like everybody wins. I get to explain things and you hopefully understand them, and if they're clear enough, hopefully I understand them as well. So that's why clarity is important, right? But like right now, like, okay, you might, because I've been saying vertical center line a lot, and I've been saying follow the contour a lot, but have I really explained what that means? Perhaps I have. Then again, it's been about fucking 10 hours of me practicing this, right? Rep number 33, so who knows where, if that actual explanation was lost in translation. So let's do it again for my own sake. What the fuck did I say here? 7C:/ what the fuck does this say? Dude, I cannot read my own handwriting. I don't know what the fuck any of these scribbles are. These kind of make sense because I'm just thinking about the perspective. That's fine. But anything involving words, I should just kill myself, I guess. Right? And by guessing, perhaps I won't do it today. Probably 80 years from now, when, you know, I'm ready to die. But when I say follow the contour, I mean the fact that the sphere is three-dimensional, right? And the sphere's contours, its surface, is elliptical, as in, like, it's just a bunch of circles, right? Ellipses in space. I don't know how to dumb down the language for this, because some of these words I do feel as if artists who are looking to draw three-dimensionally should know, right? So if something I'm saying, like, elliptical doesn't make sense, look it up, right? I'm not gonna dumb down elliptical, sure, circular, whatever the fuck, right? But, and this is actually a really good practice for me to explain things, but when I say follow the contour, when I say, like, I'll follow the perspective, what I mean is I'm looking at a reference, and I believe the face of that reference is encapsulated inside a box, right? Like, if I were to put that face inside a box, I believe the X, Y, and Z axis are these. Well, now, which one is which? I have no fucking idea. I didn't study perspective theory. I just studied the basics of perspective and went off on drawing boxes. But one of these is X, one of these is Y. Is this X, Y, and Z? Maybe, right? X, Y, and Z? Or is this X, Y? I don't fucking know. Whatever. The point is, right, this is the perspective that I believe, right, to the best of my ability from looking at the eye line, because the eye's like this, and then the ear's like this, right? Like, the ear's right around here, and this is the perspective that the eyes are following, right? So that's where I'm getting the box from. Right, that's where I'm getting the box from. Hopefully that makes sense, right? So now it's like, okay, well, how does he know what the contour is? Well, like, we know that we can put a perfect fucking sphere, even though this is not a perfect sphere at all, inside this box. Whee! Right? Now it's like, okay, if I'm trying to follow like where the eye line is, so now I know like the center of the eye is somewhere around here, where it's like, okay, just follow the contour. This is an elliptical shape, right? So we just go, and it's like that. And that's the other half. Now, I may have pissed off a lot of people, and I pissed myself off too by saying, it's like that, because it's like that tells you nothing, right? So when I say it's like that, I mean, well, it is, essentially, I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about curving along this, right? This plane, you know, these two axes, I'm curving along them in my mind. Is that accurate? Right? Is that like the way to go about it? I'm not sure, but it makes sense to me to curve it along the planes if we're gonna like abstract out and think about it purely from hard diagonal or hard edge boxes and then try to zoom back in and turn it into a sphere, right? Like into soft edges. But that's the way I think about it, right? And again, like this is half of the ellipse, that is the entire contour, right? The entire surface of the sphere. Like this is all we're seeing. And the dotted part is the other half, right? Which is why I'm saying I'm drawing half the ellipse. Same with here, right? It's like, okay, this is very subtle. So if I think about what the curve that's going to be followed along these two axes, then it's like, okay, like how does that translate into this? So obviously I did it here on a much smaller scale. Now another skill is to do it on a larger scale, right? So that's a skill, is to like zoom out and to, you know, draw it on a larger scale. So, and again, like I have to zoom out with the perspective and all that stuff, but it could possibly be something like this, or I could have fucked it up. And I think it looks okay, right? Because obviously that's like the perspective I'm drawing it in. I think it looks okay. I don't think it's perfect, actually. I think this is pretty shit. Never mind, I take it back, it's garbage. Right, and then again, looking at the reference, the center line, right? We have to keep very subtle, very, very subtle. This is where it's extremely difficult, but that was a lot better. I think that was genuinely, dude, I'm just fucking retarded. I'm clearly just retarded. I can't speak at all. I think that was genuinely a decent amount better, right? Because then this is the other half. This is the box that we're following it along, right? This one could have been a lot better because this should have been, I think, curved a bit more because my box is a lot more subtle, right? So I don't know, actually. Let's see if this is the ellipse. Yeah, should have been more subtle. This should have gone more like this, I think. Yeah, we should have seen way more of like this bottom part. But hey, we're learning, right? And I know, I do believe this likely confused anybody watching with like, what the fuck, he's just drawn a bunch of lines everywhere now, what's right, what isn't. Fuck you, I'm figuring it out. That's all I have to say. Okay, now let's draw the eyebrows again. Let's start with the nose, because I did, see, that's another thing. Like, look, I course corrected, I was like, no, start with the nose. The nose is clearly the center line. Or like, the nose is a great way to establish the center line for me. Right, is it going to be the quintessential way to establish a center line? I don't know. I haven't done portraits to the degree that they need to be yet. But no, that doesn't look too bad to me. And same with the lips, right? It's all part of the center line. Now, some of this is intuition, which I don't like. We all know I fucking have a negative hard-on for intuition, right? But just for the sake of I guess making things a bit clearer for myself. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm just focusing. Fuck off. This looks okay. It's whatever. And let's try to get the eyebrows down. I do wonder how loud like the little crackling of the plastic bag that I mentioned is. Right, but hey, hopefully I'm making a bit of sense. I mean, at the end of the day, it really just comes down to perspective, guys. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, it's all the same shit. Like all artists will just, or any artist that you look up to, which are good draftsmen, right? Those two caveats, right? Any artist that you look up to that are good draftsmen, they'll just be saying the same shit over and over again, and you'll just be either ignoring it or not really understanding what they're trying to say, which is just fucking focus on the perspective, right? And what that doesn't mean you draw a million boxes. That means you draw as many boxes as it takes for you to literally see a box on the page, right? To the best of your ability. That's what it means. It doesn't mean that you draw boxes aimlessly. It's like, no, you're building the ability to visualize, right? To see this. Like, you're building the ability to see this, right? Like, that's what you're building, you know, and, you know, to hopefully see it as large as you can, which I can't do very well, which is why all my drawings look like ass. But this is what you're building the ability to see. And everything just follows that. All right, now am I following it perfectly? No, because I'm fucking learning and I'm obviously going through the process. But yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Just fucking keep seeing the box, bro. I don't know how else to say it. Let me rest my brain, and then we're gonna do the helmet version of this. Just keep trying. Just keep trying to come up with different things. And obviously, my creativity is lacking right now, so we just gotta figure out and probably go slower too. Right? How we can do this. But I want the entire session is probably just going to be this bottom angle, right? Things that I struggle with, I should obviously do more of. Things that I don't struggle with as much, right? Still do them, but prioritize the things that are much more difficult. So yeah, let me rest my brain. Yeah, I think this video will be a bit of a longer one because it's already been 36 minutes and I'm only 2 reps in, and I usually do 3 reps just for my own sake. But yeah, I guess I'll lift this page up because that's always fun to do, right? Lift the goddamn page up and then draw. Everybody loves doing that, right? I do wish there was an easier way to go about it, but there isn't, and I am not easy either. So let's see. Let us see. Okay, so I'll make it around here because then I have that, and then I have this space and this space, and that'll be the last rep. So let's see. See, now this is obviously the fun part, as in it's the extremely fucking difficult part, right? Which is, how do we establish? Now I'm trying something which may or may not work, because obviously my lines aren't the best either. Let's not forget. But this is just so I can have a relative understanding. And again, what am I doing while I'm thinking about this? I'm thinking about the box. I'm trying to think about the proper sphere, right? And it's like, it's very difficult. You know, it's extremely difficult. And already, I need to be aware of not making the mistake I made last time, which is the fact that the eye really does, like, it basically disappears, right? The center line's way off to the left side, you know, at least like from our perspective, to the left side of the face, right? We see a lot more of the right side of the face, so I need to be aware of that while I'm doing this. And it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. Right, because again, don't forget, like, it's a fucking box with a sphere inside of it with a horizontal and center vertical line, right? A horizontal and vertical center line. And then now I'm problem solving just how that would look with shapes added on top of it, like essentially form wrapping, right? Really fucking difficult. Really, really, really difficult. Never to be underestimated. And if you do underestimate it, then you're a fucking moron. And I say that with love. Absolute idiot. Okay, let's see. But just because you're an idiot doesn't mean you can't get better, right? You just need to let go of your ego. Completely random side topic. I always have a lot of things to talk about art. Most of it just comes down to, what is it? Me jerking off over the fundamentals. Isn't that it? Isn't that all I fucking do? Everybody, fundamentals are important. I hate how people don't understand it. I said I hate how people don't understand it. I think I'm just upset to be honest, that people don't respect difficult things. I think that's just the gist of everything I bitch about. Because I've done the difficult thing. Not to any extent that I have envisioned for myself, but in terms of what others, right? In terms of what the average, in terms of what the beginner would find difficult, I've done that, right? I've done the thousands of boxes, the thousands of cylinders. I've done beyond that. My understanding of like just simple forms is actually better than a lot of intermediate artists themselves, right? And then this isn't me trying to be like, oh, I'm the best and all that shit. I've just noticed, and I've been given that validation, whether I asked for it or not, by other intermediate or advanced artists, right? Like Broken Draw himself, you know, I would consider, we both have agreed that he is intermediate, but in other people's eyes he probably looks more advanced, right? But to like people who strive for the penultimate, the pinnacle, he's intermediate, right? And he says that too, for himself. But he's like, he said, I've done it. He's like, what am I trying to say? Like a lot of the perspective stuff I showed him when he went on like a call a couple of months ago, right? He was like, this is incredible. He's like, I can't even do this shit. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, and that is kind of like, I needed that moment to be like, okay, like, so I have done a lot for myself and I have accomplished a decent amount, right? So what I'm trying to say is I'm very passionate about the fucking, well, I definitely am passionate about fucking, but I'm very passionate about the fucking as well, which is the fact that learning is difficult. Learning fundamentals is even more so difficult. But I hate beginners. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No, I mean, what the fuck am I even trying to say, bro? What am I ever trying to say? God damn it, I never say anything of value, do I? And isn't that why you all watch me? Oh, he says nothing and everything at the same time. It's incredible, I'm aroused. Right. What I'm trying to say is, because I've realized how much work I've put in, I also understand, okay, see, this is also off. And this is a bit better, but it's still pretty off. But I've realized that, personally for me, the reason I always go back to talking about the fundamentals and this, that, and like they're important, and you know, beginners don't fucking give them the respect and all that shit. Like the reason I even ever talk about all that stuff is because I've realized there's a gap. There's a gap between expectations and reality for most people trying to learn anything, right? There's a very big gap, and that gap comes down to the fact that people think, which is the first mistake, they think. People genuinely think that like they have to do much less than they actually have to do. You know what I mean? Like a lot of you fuckers, I'm gonna call you out, right? A lot of you fuckers do not understand how much work you have to do to be mediocre, right? You just don't understand it. And I could be like, oh, I don't know why, is it because of this, is it because of that? Well, I think it's just because you don't even expect it to be as hard as it actually is. Like that's what I'm starting to realize. Like a lot of beginners, intermediates, whatever the fuck, right? Especially when it comes to perspective and form, right? Like right now I'm drawing and you think I'm just fucking around. No, I'm thinking about it, a box, a sphere inside that box, a vertical and horizontal center line which follows that perspective of the sphere and the box inside the box, inside the sphere, right? So can you do that, right? Can you do that? The answer is most likely, fuck no, I can't do that. That sounds like a lot. So that is the work it takes to be even mediocre, you know? And then that's the next step. What is your definition of great? If your definition of great is this, you have a fucking horrible definition of great. If your definition of great is even something like a little bit better than this, or even 5 times better than this, you still have a shit definition. Your definition of great, if you are like me, and if you want to be really good, and if you give a shit about putting in the work, has to be astronomically high. Your definition of great has to be people you consider to be the absolute fucking goats of what you're trying to achieve, right? And then if like for me, like Kim Jong-il, Peter Han, Karl Kopinski, Elisa Ivanova, Sori Kim, TB Choi, right? Evan Amundsen, Jae Kwang Park, and then the list goes on, right? Just like excellent draftsmen, Loomis, Andrew Loomis, fucking JC Leyendecker, who else? Whatever, all the fucking goats of draftsmanship and more, because I'll never remember all of them, right? They are my standard of excellence, of greatness. They're the standard I don't compare myself to. They're the standard I evaluate myself on, right? So when I draw and I look at their experiences and I look at what can I do to be like them. And it always comes down to be better at perspective. Like, without a fucking doubt, it always comes down to be better at perspective. Like, it's almost comical how many times it comes down to that. Yes, design. Yes, composition. Yes, line quality. Yes, gesture. Yes, anatomy, right? Yes to all those. But at the very basic of it, it comes down to how fucking good are you at understanding form, you know? Because, like, everything bounces off of that, man. Everything bounces off of that. And yeah, I'm not gonna say I know everything. I just know better than you. No. I think my point is lost on myself as well. What the fuck was I saying? Right? Let's see. Well, I'm definitely doing a much better job at holding this perspective in my head, which I will say I have pride for, because I think I'm allowed to be proud of myself. Right? But anyways, what was I trying to do here? Like, again, like, I'm trying to design. Do I know what I'm trying to design? Absolutely fucking not, bro. What the fuck is a design? But I'm trying to design. Let's see. Actually, I guess we'll just make this connect like so. Yeah, I think, like, the gist is the fact that I've noticed many beginners, and if you're a beginner and you're watching and you're listening, whatever, right, you need to get your head out of your ass. And I'm not saying this in a mean way. I'm saying this in a very, like, call to action oriented way. Because you might be saying, like, this guy's just being a dick. Well, no, I'm trying to be like, how, you want to know how to get your head out of your ass, right? Simply practice your forms. Form manipulation. Again, artwod. Oh, fuck, I forgot to shill artwod. It's been 10 days and I forgot to shill for them now that I'm back. Well, if we're in the middle of the video, artwod. Again, like, it's all because of artwod. Alright, like, Antonio has figured it out. Listen to him. Right? Watch all his fucking videos. And then you shall be enlightened. I don't know how else to say, man. It's just, I just care a lot about quality art education, or just like quality information, right? And I went through the beginner phase of just being like, yo, nobody's fucking talking about this, and it pissed me off, right? And then I found artwod. I'm like, yo, this guy right here, this guy's talking about that shit. That's some good shit. And then obviously I dedicated my entire life to proving that he is right, and that his methods are essentially the way to get good, right? So there you go. Shilling to the moon. Now again, like, I'm really trying to think, but am I thinking as well as I should? I don't know. I'm really trying to figure this out as I go. Genuinely really trying to figure this out, bro. I'm a fucking moron. That's another thing. Like, I want to be clear. The reason I speak so, I guess, violently, aggressively, with such gusto is because I'm literally retarded, right? So, like, I don't have the liberty to practice things that are cute. You know, I don't have the liberty to practice things that are, for others, what they will be like, fun, you know, I want to draw for fun. Well, the thing is, I've trained myself to find all of this incredibly fucking fun, right? What a shock that you can train yourself to enjoy things that are difficult. You know, what a foreign concept in this day of fucking jerking off and scrolling on Instagram. Incredibly unique concept that we're establishing here, right? But it is true. You can jerk off to self-improvement. It is absolutely true. Right after I fuck this up, of course. Maybe we can have this come in like so. Well, then I'll probably need another one on the other side, and that's where perspective comes into play, because now I'll have to think about... Wait, don't fuck this up. Okay, it'll be like this. There you go, something like that. Right? I don't know if that's right. And again, my designs are ass, right? What a fucking shock that I can't design. But I'm thinking as much as I can. I do want to say, and I'm trying to think about that perspective as much as possible. Let's see. Something like this. right? And okay, so clearly I fucked something up here, but something like that. Try to make it more three-dimensional, but I don't know if that really worked. Again, like we're trying to follow the contour of a sphere as well, right? So this is gonna be very iffy, to be honest. But this is okay. But it's not centered. You see I fucked that up too. Yeah, this is so off. It's so hard. It's so hard to design things. It's genuinely so hard, right? What works, what doesn't, what is clear, what isn't. Where do you give space? Where do you let things go buck wild, right? Like genuinely, what the fuck is design? Who knows? Genuinely, I don't know. And again, like if this is looking that way, then this kind of looks like a mustache, doesn't it? This area, for some reason, I don't know. It's not supposed to. There you go. I guess I got rid of the mustache aesthetic now. But yeah, like we're kind of insinuating little three-dimensionality with this over here, but right, something like that. I'm just trying to follow this contour here. And again, like I'm trying to reflect this on the other side while following the sphere, which is fucking painful to figure out right now. I genuinely don't even know what the fuck I'm doing, I'll be honest. But this is why, like the whole me being honest, I guess, if I were to talk about that, is like this is what I'm trying to prove, is that I'm passionate because art is an extremely difficult skill that people seem to not understand how difficult it is, right? And I know beginners understand, but it's like they don't actually seem to really understand, right? Like, look at like this is so off. Like this is literally fucking garbage, right? And I say that in a good way. I actually feel pretty good about the fact that it's absolute ass, right? Because that's how we learn and that's how we get better. It's been 52 minutes. God damn. Should I just go for another one? Will I transcend into an hour and 20 minutes? I don't know. I don't want to go super over an hour because I still have another hour to record, right? Maybe we'll call this rep 33.5 and we'll just do another one like this. There you go. Yeah, we'll call this rep 33.5. So we're not going to commit to 34. We'll just try again envisioning this in mind, and I'll try to design something else, like with obviously the box, the sphere, and then the center lines, vertical and horizontal. But let me rest my brain. I'll go back to, I don't know, fucking sucking off how difficult art is. But anyways, be right back. This is pretty shit. I wonder if something good can come out of it. It's so difficult. It's so difficult to design and to think about interesting shapes. It's actually so difficult, especially because I haven't been thinking about function at all, which is also fucking me. It's so hard. Anyways, it's a good thing though. Let me rest my brain. Yeah, I think what I definitely need to do is not just look at helmet designs, right? I say this all the time. I say this for many things, and I know I'm like this, and I'll do my best to do it outside of my main art practice. But I genuinely think, in order to improve my helmet designs, I just need to start looking at a couple helmets here and there, like on Pinterest, whether they're concept arts or real helmets, and just start drawing like individual parts of them, like the eye area, or like a mouthpiece area, or like some ridges that connect, because I need to establish patterns in my mind. And yeah, I have some established patterns, but I need to, when I copy these things, or like, and I'll do them from a different angle so I actually understand it, obviously practicing perspective. But I think that, I do believe that's a good way to go about it. I think I'm just being a lazy piece of shit, or I'm just not thinking hard enough. Likely both, right? I'm being a lazy piece of shit who isn't thinking hard enough right now, actually. Okay, so either way, the box, right? Yeah, it's like I wasn't thinking really. I don't think I was thinking for these at all. But at all, I can't even speak. But you know what? What I am proud of and what I am glad for, which I'm okay for right now, is the fact that it's my first day back in 6 to 10 days, I believe. Like 6 days, 7 days, right? It's okay. I think 10 days actually. It's been over a week. This is not bad for a week off, which is just trash, which is what's expected, right? So hopefully, whoever's still listening is, I guess, relatively entertained by my usual bitchings and moanings and ramblings and groanings. But oh god, my nose is running. But again, like, what am I thinking about? The box, the sphere inside the box, and there's two center lines, horizontal and vertical. I want to keep iterating that. Because this is what I mean, like, beginners don't seem to understand how difficult the actual fundamentals are, right? A lot of beginners will, again, a lot of you fuckers, I know this, I'm calling you out right now, and a lot of you fuckers will just half-ass perspective and form, right? And especially line, a lot of you have extremely unconfident lines, you know, you keep going over the same line over and over. While I do that, like, I don't do it to that extent. Like, obviously for me personally, like, I just want to be able to do like one fell swoop rather than, you know, sometimes I will stop and then I'll go over and stop. Like, I'll stop and then I'll continue, right? And you know, is that really that bad? Who knows? But the point is, that's not what I want because I hold myself to a standard. But I guess what I'm trying to say is a lot of fucking beginners will neglect line form or line perspective and form, right? And they will not put the hundreds of reps it requires, hundreds of intentional repetitions. Be honest with yourself. Look at this. I'm on fucking rep 33.5, bro. Rep 33.5. This is what I'm at, and this is what I can do for these, right? And if you watch this is a video for beginner artists. You are not alone. That video, right? It's like I guess I should pin it if I keep talking about it. Whatever. But it's on my channel. It's just called this is a video for beginner artists, right? You can find it. That video is literally everything I did in the first 2 years regarding perspective. That's the work it takes, by the way. That's literally the work it takes to be mediocre. You know, not even good, just mediocre, right? I'm still mediocre. I'm just slightly less mediocre, right? And I don't want, I know maybe people will be like, no, man, Lord, growth, blah, blah, blah. Or maybe some people will be like, oh, wow, this guy's really fucking depressing. He has such a negative view of himself. It's not that. I don't say these with harsh negative connotations, right? I've completely detached myself. Like, even when I'm like, oh, this is ass, this is garbage, blah, blah, blah. I've actually completely detached myself as much as one can from their artistic, from their feelings toward the artistic process, right? I only care about the effort I put in and what the things I put effort towards, which is what I encourage for all of you, right? And that's why beginners piss me off, because not only do they not have a positive growth-oriented mindset, and not only do they not focus on things which benefit them, it's like they don't focus. It's the complete fucking opposite. You have a group of people, right? And of course, this is just a narrative I'm pushing right now. Who knows if they're actually as large of a group of people as I believe? But hey, if I'm not the only artist who's talked about this at length, then and intermediate and advanced artists are fucking getting annoyed with beginners as well. I think it's just a fact of any skill that has beginners. But anyways, it's my turn to bitch, so please listen, right? What was I saying? What the fuck was I saying? No, it's just like, it's a group of people, like beginners, like the general, I guess, unfortunate image that beginners have, right, I will say, is that they don't want to learn, they don't want to put effort in, and they want to bitch about how hard these things are, and they want to hide against the defense of their style, being like, oh, this is just my style. No, your style is just ass, which means you're just ass. You haven't put the repetitions, hundreds and thousands, by the way, very clear number I'm giving you, intentional, also, like how they should be approached, right, of repetitions towards line form and perspective, which gives you the greatest ROI. Everything catapulting off of that, you're gonna be a goat. You know, that's why I'm being super patient with myself right now. No, that's literally why I'm being super patient with myself, because I know it's just a matter of time. Anyways, I've been thinking about the form and the box too long. We gotta start thinking about designing something. Right, so let's try to think about all the I don't know, let's try to think about all the different things that I've seen in my life regarding this type of design, right? Like, what have I seen regarding a nose piece? You know, a mouthpiece, right? What have I seen? What have I seen? We shall have to figure out what it is I'm actually capable of, right? When it comes to, and again, like the box, keep losing the box, right? When it comes to perspective and when it comes to the shapes that I can design, you know, like what can I actually design? That's another question as well. Like, what are you actually capable of? Are you just blowing smoke out of your ass? Right now, clearly, because I'm not even proving to myself that I'm capable of much. But given enough time, it's possible that my words and my actions, or especially my words based on my actions, will mean much, right? And I'm just in the process of figuring that out, that trial and error. But yeah, bitching about beginners aside, all I really want to promote is trying and trying on the right things, please. Like there are right things, and don't get it twisted. There are 100% definitely right things to focus on, right? And it is your duty to focus on them. I mean, if you want to be good. If you don't give a shit about actually being a good draftsman, then get the fuck off my channel. Like, subscribe, keep me on the background, right? Or don't get the fuck off my channel, but this, like, I don't know what you're doing here. Or maybe do leave. Now I've confused you and myself, right? Now you don't know what you want to do, neither do I. Right. Okay, so, again, this is the vertical. Like, the difficult part is, like, again, with these three axes, I gotta keep thinking about how they're connected while also keeping the... Okay, so like I already fucked up here. Also keeping the box in mind and also trying to obviously have a decent... What the fuck? What am I doing here, bro? Who knows? See, that was a complete fuck up on my end. But we just turned it into some random perspective thing, which doesn't make any sense and it's wrong. Ignore it. I have no idea what I want to do with this. My mind is drawing a blank. It's drawing a complete fucking blank. Okay, what about like a little pipe connecting there? Right, and then... Wait, fuck. There you go. See? Fuck ups all around, my friends. Fuck ups all around. But maybe it can be saved. Right, maybe I can add a little... what the fuck is this called? Rounding? Yeah, rounding to this. And then... Again, this is all dependent on my lines, of course, right? When my lines are subpar, everything suffers. And obviously my perspective is also subpar, so clearly this is... Oh, fuck me, I hit the goddamn tripod. With my foot. But this is just suffering all around, right? But there may be a way to save this yet. Let's see, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I'm just trying to think like what I could do to make this seem a bit more coherent. But I feel as if it's already lost all semblance of coherency. Ah, it's so bad. It's so bad. But hey, you know what? I'm gonna take the negativity out of it. It's not bad, it's just not what I want. Therefore, I should stop wanting, right? Like, just stop having things that I want. It's actually very easy to make this good by simply being like, hey, this is exactly what I want. Right? Which is bad. And let's do something like this. Right? Because we still want the perspective to be making relative sense, even though I've completely butchered it in about all aspects. And you know, I tend to have like this fear of connecting things, so why don't we just connect it? Why don't we just connect it and see what happens, right? So it's been an hour and 4 minutes. This was definitely gonna go over an hour. But this is, I guess, my opportunity to like create something decent, for lack of a better word, right? And let's see. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'll be honest. I don't know what I'm doing here at all. I'm just like trying to think about, oh, your unique shape, like looks kind of interesting, whatever the fuck, right? But here is now where I'm gonna actually bring it back to this is the bottom perspective, and we need to turn this back into a sphere, right? So that might be okay, actually. Right? If I think about... Yeah, that's actually... I didn't expect to be able to kind of figure it out, but it's okay. This is how all stories start, right? I wasn't expecting for it to become one of the best things in the universe, but it just kind of happened. Well, I'm also still, apart from these horrendous lines, I'm still trying to figure out that balance of curiosity and joy. It's like why, how. I don't ask myself questions like that enough. I actually want to talk about this, right? I guess I didn't give myself the opportunity to talk about it because I just end up bitching as I always do. But clearly questions like that foster curiosity are what create learning, right? So when you ask yourself how blah blah blah, why blah blah blah, what if blah blah blah. I've been doing the what if a lot. So like even now, like what if? Okay, see, I haven't been doing what if right now enough, right? So that's where another huge issue is coming into play. But like, what if I just have a giant cutout right here, you know? And what if I have something that reestablishes the perspective, but it's elliptical, right? So like, what if I have something like that, right? And what if it follows the contour? What if it's three-dimensional, I guess? See, it doesn't make any sense, but I did try a little what if there. Kind of looks like ass. It looks like complete fucking ass. But, never mind. Never what if ever again. Curiosities for pussies, as they say. This is still probably the best one I've done, actually. Still nowhere near as, yeah, still nowhere near as thing as this, right? Like, curved to the left, but hey. Yeah, I just thought maybe like, what if this is something that juts out? But like, what could this have, right? Like, what if it's just kind of like machinery? Right? So something like, fuck, like this. See, like, I'm not confident at all. You see how fucked all of that up? Like, please notice, it's like you obviously noticed. I couldn't make sense of the direction and what this was happening here. So yeah, we'll just leave that as that. And then, you know, what if this is just like grill marks, right? Really bad, all around really bad. But you know what? Again, like drawing something bad is, what do they say? That's the first step to drawing something good, I guess, some shit like that. So we'll leave it at that. I'm content. Like, I'm really working on training myself because I do. Like, again, like I don't really have any stakes towards this. The only thing I ever judge myself on is did I try hard enough, and sometimes I just can't tell. This is my first day back in essentially 10 days, right? 7 to 10 days, some shit like that. I still don't know the exact number, and I'm not gonna look back and be like, oh yes, it was this exact amount. But I don't. Oh, bless me. I don't I just don't know if I'm trying hard enough. I feel as if I could be trying harder. Well, I do have another hour to practice, so I'm gonna stop it here, and then I'll come back in literally 10 minutes, and then I'll do my best to try even harder. And we'll do a different angle, because even though this is still a very difficult angle, and I don't think I've exhausted my ability to practice this enough, obviously, let's try, a different face. But I'll do that after this video ends. I shouldn't be scrolling and wasting my time, let alone yours, but especially mine. Fuck yours. But with that being said, I hope you tried. I hope you put a lot of effort in, right? And yes, right. With that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money. Oh, actually, I don't even know if I'm gonna do another hour. I'm running low on time. Might just do piano, just a just a little transparency in case somebody's like, oh, where's the next video, man? Well, get fucked. Get fucked. Yeah, well, my outro's gone to shit now that I just decided to add that in there. Goodbye.